There's a new talking point emerging from the Democrats who are looking to get away from the barrage of brutal Biden decline headlines. The bat signal going out for the word forward.
We're not looking backward, we're looking forward.
We're just looking forward.
We're looking forward. We're looking forward.
I'm interested in going forward.
That's backwards, not forward.
That's very backward looking. I don't really want to review all of it because it's past history.
Not so fast. It's hard to escape your past, especially when there's a new book on the cover and it's of Joe Biden's decline, and there's a new one every week. Now we're learning how Team Biden brought in Steven Spielberg to use his Hollywood magic and help coach the former president for the State of the Union and that ill-fated debate. Now Democratic 2028 hopefuls are being forced to address the revelations. Here's Mayor Pete.
Would the party have been better off if he had just not run for re-election?
Maybe. And, right now, with the benefit of hindsight, I think most people would agree that that's the case. We're also not in a position to wallow in hindsight. We've got to get ready for some fundamental tests of the future of this country and this party, some of which are going on this very year, many of which will come next year.
But, Greg, it's not like Mayor Pete was a governor. He was in the cabinet. And did he not even think it was strange that
and he should stay in the cabinet where he belongs?
Yeah.
This is not actually about the Democrats. This is about the media. They are the rats in this story. They're like a member of the gang. In this case, it was the gang of the White House, the Democrat Party, and the media. They're the member of the gang that is now narking on everybody else so they can get prosecutorial immunity, so they don't go to jail. But the problem is, in this case, they're just trying to save their jobs. These books are coming out to protect them so they can start talking about, oh, listen to these shocking revelations. Biden would forget people's names. Dude, this is not shocking to us. We were talking about this, but they want you to buy into this is shocking, so you think that it was shocking to them. Like, yeah, can you believe this stuff? No. We saw it, and so did you. You're lying. You're putting these books out to protect your hide. What did they lead with? The wheelchair story. That was supposed to be the big story. And why did they choose that as the big story? Because it was about the physical issue and not the mental issue. Mm-hmm. But we don't care if Joe Biden's in a wheelchair.
Right.
We don't care about that. That's not going to affect how he leads a country. The mental incapacity, the 25th Amendment stuff, that's what we cared about. That's what the media is worried about, you finding out that they covered for that. The big question is, of course, if we are all on the same page about Joe's cognition, what does that say about his executive order since, I don't know, you want to start with I don't know what year you should start, but all the pardons should be negated. They should all be taken away. But this explains why the media did the expose now and not then, because they wanted this stuff to happen. It wasn't about Joe. It was about the whole Democratic piece that they were protecting. And now they could come out and go, hey, it's not us, it's them. They're discussing. This is why the media is dead. DOA, it's over.
Jesse, where does the 5 go to get its apology?
We don't expect an apology. A lot of people don't know this. Greg is in a wheelchair. Have you ever seen him stand up? No.
Yes, they are.
We put him in a wheelchair.
I'm standing right now.
Yeah, he's standing right now. Exactly. All right. So, what's the Democrats' message, Dana?
Oh,
is it a Maryland dad? Is it eggs? What is it? No one knows. No one cares. The other thing is, why are we paying consultants to tell them to say stuff? Still, after all these years, you're paying a guy $1 million to say we're looking forward? What was this guy doing? Yep, you can't change the past, no. Looking forward, here's your invoice. Good luck with that. The media is not even buying it. This guy tried it on CNN. They were like, oh, no, well, you got to look backwards because no one's going to trust you guys ever again. And this is about trust. How do they regain their trust back? Well, if you say you didn't notice anything, you're a liar. If you say you noticed something about Joe but didn't do anything, you're a coward. If you admit kind of that you knew he was shot, but you didn't say anything because you wanted to beat Trump so badly, then you're just a conniving, manipulative, power-hungry, sketchy politician. So wherever they go, they're toast. This is like January 6th with Republicans. They were asked for 4 years about that day. Was the election stolen? Was January 6th horrible? And they all individually had to come up with the right answer. Some say the FBI set it up. Some say it was a horrible day. Trump said it was the most beautiful day of the year. But they were all forced to come to terms with it. And that's what every Democrat needs to do. They need to be asked about Biden's health, and they need to be on record on it. That's how you gain trust back.
But what about the media? You're leaving out the...
You took care of the media. I'm taking care of the Democrats.
Well, I want to ask Kennedy about the Hollywood, because at this point, George Clooney is like, well, he doesn't even recognize me, so I'm not coming in to help.
Yeah.
And now they have to hire Steven Spielberg?
So Steven Spielberg took over for the movie AI from Stanley Kubrick, who passed away, and he had to finish the film. So I think someone in the Biden administration or in his inner circle was so dumb, they saw AI and thought, well, let's just do that with Joe. We'll have Steven Spielberg manage the whole thing and maybe get ourselves a handsome animatron like Jude Law, and he could play the part of the president because voters would love a 50 years younger Joe Biden, Amtrak Joe. And the other great nugget that came out today was at that June fundraiser, this is June of last year, where Julia Roberts and George Clooney raised tens of millions of dollars for this ticket. Joe Biden didn't even know who George Clooney was. And his little minder had to go, Mr. President, this is George. Hey, I know who it is. And it's like, no, George Clooney. Right. And they couldn't even acknowledge that. So he truly is a zombie. He is unkillable. He is doing so much damage. And the whole look forward thing is even worse, because if you don't examine your mistakes, you are going to repeat them. And if there's threat of that, voters will never trust your party.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.